the #9 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Indiana Hoosiers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The give to the tailback. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Turns it on in midfield. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't.
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Becker. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Got it in the middle, it's Cooper. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Well, it's a nice job tackling that defense. I know one guy missed, but you saw the effort. Other guys coming and flying to the football. They knew how big that third down was. They had to get the stop to give themselves a chance to now get off the field.
It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
It's Moss. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. To throw, it's Reed. The sweet feet buy a little time. He's going to take off. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
This is why third down is so difficult for quarterbacks, because the defense substitutes. They put faster guys on the field, and they've got all of their different exotic looks they've been game planning all week for. Some things you haven't seen on film yet, and it confuses your offensive line. It confuses you, and you're out here just trying to make plays, trying to do something right to get a first down. Wasn't able to gain a lot there.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He'll pull it down and run. Oh, he's got some space. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Texas A&M going quickly. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Forced out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Aggies. And they turn it into a defensive score.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take the touchback. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking for a man. It's Mendoza. Got it behind the line. It's Hemby. Turning it on. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
Perfect play call against the perfect defense. They came with a blitz, and the offense had this screen pass called at the right time. Running back gets it in his hands. He's got linemen out in front, getting hats on hats. You can't do it any better than that.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Off play action. And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
Well, you know the offense is going to come out trying to get this guy the football, right? He's their best receiver. He's their best receiving target. Great job on defense knocking that one away.
Throws to the wideout. And the incomplete pass will wrap up the first quarter. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. And the Hoosiers will try to convert on fourth down. He wants to change this route. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Man, sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get it.
Try to get it to the edge. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's cut. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Rolling right and going deep. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. Fourth and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Catch in the middle. It's Cooper.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
From the gun, the ground game. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
I'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll give it to him again. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Scanning the field, it's Mendoza. Steps away. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the grab. It's Williams. And they're able to get him on the ground. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout. And these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. Looking for a gap. It's Beebe. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. On 4th down, going to the air. He's got it. 1st down and more. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Tries again to get it in. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counter punt?
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana!
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. Let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Power football with the run. Past the first down marker and still running. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. Still looking, on the move. Snagged in the middle. It's Craver. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Lining up from the 34 on first down. To the air. It's Reed. Fires to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He'll be run out of bounds right at the 25. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll throw on 3rd and short. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. That is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it out. It's Owens. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are. It's a good point. I think on offense, this is not the time to reinvent the wheel. I think you stay true to who you are and what you're...
There he goes. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Texas A&M going up tempo. To the ground to try to pick up the first. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Good work up front to get that first down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. Still running at the 35. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Snap it to the back. Touchdown, Aggie! And that one will give them the lead. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. They marched 79 yards on the drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
And how about the philosophy of this team? Aggressive, aggressive, and more aggressive. You got the lead. You're winning, right? And you don't have to kick an onside. But I'm kicking an onside. And they get it. Nice aggressive mindset, and it's rewarding.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game. I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
To the air, it's Reed. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Right on the money. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. Texas A&M going quickly.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that first half, and moving forward now, they've got to try and take this running back away.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Touchdown, Aggies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And these slants are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast, and you could tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards. And they finished the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the gun, the give to the back. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Got his man downfield. And they'll move the chains with the first down. That might be it for the third quarter. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first three periods. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Looking for a crease to the left. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force-feed him in that situation when he's got 2 guys on him.
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Now he's going to break the pocket. Throwing on the run. And that one is picked up in the end zone. Got room on the return. Brought down at the 30 on the return, and this defense has set them up in scoring position.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get into your receiver quickly, but when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. At the 20. Touchdown, Texas A&M. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
The AT unit on the field. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Not much reason to go for the onside kick at this point, except they want to run up the score. And before they can kick it, the receiving team's going to call a timeout. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Maybe some nerves on that return, but a fortunate bounce, and they'll retain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that, and the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
The Hoosiers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Plows through the defense. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the 4th quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
Might be calling a hot route. Trying to get the corner. Runs through a tackle. Didn't even come close to getting back to the line. He'll lose 8.
Well, they're trying to go toss to get to the perimeter, but how about the DBs beating their blocks and using their speed to get upfield and create the negative play?
The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. To the air, it's Mendoza. Here's a throw downfield late. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side. They've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Rushes on him. Might be looking to run. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown. The Aggies want to move quickly. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Got it back on 2nd and goal. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats.
Touchdown, Aggies! And the pummeling has started. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And the kicking team's going to call a timeout. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's going to bring this one out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. He'll do it himself. Finds some fresh air. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. And the Hoosiers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The play action fake. He's taking a deep shot. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. The Hoosiers come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. To the air, it's Mendoza. He's moving out of the pocket. He's going to run it. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
Well, just nowhere to go there, and it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
And it's picked off for the fourth time today. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. And the Aggies come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Going to sling it on second down. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They'll try to get it through the air. Grab near the marker. It's Concepcion. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. After this, it'll be a wrap. To the air on first down. On the run, fires downfield. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the ceiling touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how...